something interesting is happening in real estate right now. AI is showing up in places most agents didn't expect. At first, everyone thought AI would mostly help with things like marketing, writing listing descriptions, maybe generating social media posts. But quietly, AI is starting to become incredibly helpful inside the transaction itself. And that's where things get really interesting. Because the transaction stage is where a lot of pressure lives in real estate. There are deadlines, contract language, multiple parties communicating at once. And one small misunderstanding can create stress for everyone involved. I'm Terrell, the #1 real estate coach and speaker at Tom Ferry, the top AI coach and a leading voice in systems and AI for agents. And one of the most exciting things I'm seeing right now is how agents are beginning to use AI almost like a contract partner during their transactions. Not to replace their expertise, but to support it. Because contracts are structured documents, and structure is something AI handles very well. So let's talk about a few ways agents are starting to use AI to make the contract stage smoother and more organized. The first is organizing complex information. When an offer comes in, agents often receive multiple documents. There's the contract itself, there might be addenda, special provisions, inspection clauses, financing details. And if you're working multiple transactions at once, keeping all of those details straight can get overwhelming quickly. AI can help summarize long documents and highlight key sections. For example, you can upload a contract and ask AI to identify important deadlines, contingencies, or clauses that require special attention. Now, to be clear, AI is not replacing your review process. You're still responsible for understanding the contract and guiding the client. But what AI can do is help you process information faster. Think of it like having an assistant who helps organize the structure of the document so you can focus on the strategy of the transaction. The second way agents are using AI is improving communication with clients. One of the biggest challenges during the contract phase is helping clients understand what they're signing. Most buyers and sellers are not used to reading legal documents. The language can feel intimidating. And that's where AI can become incredibly helpful. You can ask AI to translate sections of the contract into simple explanations. For example, you might say, explain this inspection clause in plain language for a home buyer, or summarize what this financing contingency means for the timeline. When you combine those explanations with your own guidance as the agent, clients feel much more confident. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, they feel informed. And confidence is incredibly important during a transaction. The third place AI is helping agents is with transaction organization. Real estate deals involve a lot of moving pieces. Emails from lenders, inspection reports, conversations with title companies, client questions, deadlines that have to be tracked carefully. AI tools can help summarize conversations, create organized notes, and track important details across the transaction. For example, after a long email thread, you can ask AI to summarize the key points and identify the next steps. That might sound simple, but when you're managing several deals at once, that level of organization becomes incredibly valuable. One agent I coach recently started using AI this way. She wasn't using it to replace her work, she was using it to organize it. After reviewing contracts and emails, she would have AI summarize the key transaction details and deadlines. What she told me later was really interesting. She said she felt less mentally cluttered during transactions. Instead of constantly trying to remember every detail, she had a system helping her keep track of everything. And that mental clarity allowed her to focus more on advising her clients, which is the part of the job that actually builds long-term relationships. Now, here's the most important takeaway. AI is not replacing real estate agents. The negotiation, the experience, the ability to guide clients through emotional and financial decisions, those things still belong entirely to the agent. What AI does is help you manage information more effectively. It helps you organize details, clarify communication, and reduce the friction that sometimes shows up during transactions. The agents who are starting to use AI in these subtle ways are discovering something powerful. They're not just saving time, they're creating smoother experiences for their clients, and smoother experiences build trust. If you're curious about how AI tools are changing the systems behind successful real estate businesses, from marketing to client communication to transactions, you can explore more resources at www.coachemilyterrell.com. And I share practical strategies for agents every week on Instagram at @CoachEmilyTerrell. Because the future of real estate won't belong to the agents who avoid technology. It will belong to the ones who learn how to use it thoughtfully in ways that make their clients' experience even better.